story of King Vena. So there was a great pure devotee of Krishna. Mm, His name was King Anga. He was a member of whole world, and he was amazing, wonderful, pure devotee. Always absorbing Krishna consciousness and concern for welfare of all. However, by Krishna's incredible alignment, he got a son named Vena. And he tried to train this Vena in good culture, good behavior, everything. But no matter how much he tried, he couldn't train Vena. Vena was very, very cruel. Even as a little boy, when he used to play with children, he used to murder children, kill children. And there were so many problems and issues, and all the time his father used to get complaints, and he was trying to rectify his son. But no matter how much he tried, Anga was not able to rectify his son. Huh? So, so finally, when Anga realized that he's not able to train his son Vena, he finally left up to Krishna and thought it's Krishna's arrangement. Now it's time I did my part. I had a king. I had been a king for a long, long time. And I also did my birth certificate. I also tried to train my son, but now son is not getting trained. And anyway, now it's high time that I focus my all energies in Krishna consciousness. So he took up, he left the kingdom, took up Vanaprastha, went to forest to perform with the devotional service. Can you imagine being a king and no living kingship and going to the forest? What all opulence are there as a king? And what all challenges will be there in a forest? Can you imagine? So this Vedic culture actually is so amazing that Vedic culture doesn't tell people to just gratify senses and whole life. Uh, Vedic culture is very scientific life. There's proper understanding goal of life and people prepare in different stages. There's different responsibilities and duties. Not that we carry same mindset everywhere. First, initial life, life's training and education, mm, brahmacharya life or student life, and then grasp the life of responsibilities. Then level one was the life for austerities. So that was then purified, we can detach oneself from material contamination, and then sannyas completely focused in the Krishna service. So Vena did not change, but Anga took it as Krishna's mercy and left kingdom, went far. He did not also make him king because he was not worthy king. So later on, when there was no king, Anga left and there was no king. Naturally, then thieves and rogues took advantage of it. And then they started exploiting people, looting people, and all saintly people came together and started wondering how to protect citizens. Then they understood the problem is that because king has left, and there's no king, now thieves and rogues are taking advantage of it. So they understood that it's very important to have a proper king who will protect citizens from rogues and thieves. So they were wondering what to do. They knew that Vienna is not very qualified person, but they thought that maybe let us give him good advice, let us give him chance. So they gave him good advice and made him king. But then when he became king, he became one thing was because he became king, he took care of all the rogues and thieves. All plundering, all thieves became very afraid and scared, and they stopped plundering the citizens. But then Vienna himself became biggest thief and rogue and started exploiting. And there was so much of trouble. And he also stopped saintly people worshipping Supreme Lord. Mm. Mm. He said, why are you worshipping uh, Vishnu or Krishna? Just like prostitute, no? I am the real husband. I am the real master. You have to worship me. I am Naradev. I am your real pati. You should worship me. Then there will be good fortune. Why are you worshipping Krishna or Vishnu? No? Stop this sacrifices. And he started creating trouble. So here we see in this today's verse. Everybody can get it up in translation. Therefore, all the great sages assembled together, and after observing cruel Vena's atrocities, concluded that a great danger and catastrophe was approaching. People of the world. Thus, out of compassion, they began to talk among themselves. For they themselves were performers of sacrifices. So Prabhupada writes in purport, it should be understood that sages, saintly persons, and devotees are not unconcerned with the people's welfare. They are concerned about people's welfare. He said, ordinary karmis, they are not concerned. They are just concerned about uh, acquiring more and more money for self-gratification. And ordinary jnanis, they are just concerned to be socially aloof and just speculate on for their own personal liberation. But genuine devotees, they are concerned for welfare of others. Here he said, actual devotees and saintly persons are always anxious to see how the people can be made happy, both materially and spiritually. So it is actually devotees because of which there is some good fortune in this world. Material world is a very dangerous place. And materialist people are very dangerous. They exploit each other. Only sanity, only something wonderful happens because of devotees who have consciousness, who are Krishna conscious, who are concerned for others' welfare. Here Prabhupada specifically mentions devotees are concerned to make others happy, both materially and spiritually. Not that we see that, oh, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. So why to worry about material thing? No, this body is a vehicle. So if we are in journey, vehicle is also equally important. If vehicle crashes down, we won't be able to reach the destination. So this body is a vehicle. So therefore, we have to take care of the body so that we can have a wonderful journey and reach the destination. Modern life is sometimes they forget that we are on journey and they just take care of vehicle without using vehicle to progress further in actual journey of life. But Bhagavad way of life is here we see. They are concerned about vehicle, but they are more concerned about destination. They use vehicle to reach destination, and they also take care of the vehicle. So here we see all saints, devotees, and sages, they are concerned how to make people materially and spiritually happy. Here further purport is written, purport of 4:14:13. Saintly persons are not interested in political matters, yet they are always thinking of the welfare of people in general. Consequently, they sometimes have to come down to the political field and take steps to correct the misguided government or royalty. However, in Kali Yuga, saintly persons are not as powerful as they were previously. They used to be able to burn any sinful man to acid by virtue of their spiritual prowess. Now, saintly persons have no such powers due to the influence of age of Kali. Indeed, the Brahmanas do not even have the power to perform sacrifices in which animals are put into fire to attain a new life. Under this circumstance, instead of actively taking part in politics, saintly persons should engage in chanting the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. By grace of Lord Chaitanya, by simply chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, general population can derive all benefit without political implication. So, So both of them are mentioned that. First thing is mentioned that devotees should not be just concerned on themselves. They should concern on others. And they should not concern only of material, spiritual thing or only material thing. There are some spiritual audience, they only concern on material thing. But one should concern both material as well as spiritual. So we skip, especially even if we are not able to take care of the whole world, at least we should take care of devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking about three principles. One is Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Seva is serving devotees, taking care of them. Nam Yamushi, chanting the holy names, and
Yeah.
when you serve Vaishnavas, then actually we get strength to chant Hare Krishna. And when we chant Hare Krishna, our hearts will be purified and we develop some compassion so that we can also serve other people of the world. So Vaishnava Seva is actually very critically important. Mahaprabhu is saying Nama Sankirtan is the dharma of this age. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says actually no, for this age, dharma for this age is Vaishnava Seva. Because even to chant Hare Krishna is very difficult. And we may not be able to have strength to chant Hare Krishna. But when we serve Vaishnavas, then we can get strength to chant Hare Krishna. So serving Vaishnavas, taking care of Vaishnavas is actually very, very important aspects. So yesterday we were saying that devotees were talking that we should have think about devotee care. So when you say devotee care, what do you mean by devotee? One time Lord Chaitanya was asked, who is a devotee? Lord Chaitanya said, anybody who wants to chant Hare Krishna is devotee. The next year, when devotees again came back to Jagannath Puri, they asked Lord Chaitanya the same question. My dear Lord, can you tell us who is devotee? He said, anybody who chants regularly prescribed number of rounds of Hare Krishna, he is a devotee. Who is always chanting. And next year, again devotees came and they asked Mahaprabhu, who is a devotee? He said, devotee is one by seeing whom other people chant Hare Krishna. So all 3 years he gave 3 different answers. Acharya explained, Mahaprabhu explained. First time he explained who's devotee, he's a Kanishta Adhikari. Just neophyte person. He chants Hare Krishna. Next time he said who's devotee, he talked about Madhyama Adhikari. God will chant Hare Krishna himself. And then third time Lord Chaitanya said was Uttama Adhikari. Who is observing Krishna consciousness, seeing him only people chant Hare Krishna. I see when I Prabhupada used to arrive at the airport, so many people used to chant and dance, And anybody just by seeing Prabhupada, even without Prabhupada actually telling them chant, they will chant. Before Prabhupada came first time to San Francisco, already 50 devotees had assembled and they were chanting Hare Krishna. Just by hearing about Prabhupada. So, so there are various types of devotees. So when we talk about devotee care, at least we should take care of those are fixed up devotees who are committed in Krishna consciousness. So why should we care for devotees? Definitely because this is most pleasing to Krishna. And you want to please Krishna, you need to serve devotees. And if you don't care for devotees and you serve Krishna alone, Krishna won't be pleased. Also, as we said, this is if you want strength to chant Hare Krishna, we need to serve devotees. That will give us strength to chant Hare Krishna, Vaishnava Seva. Another thing is that if you don't take care of devotees, and if devotees feel uncared for, they will come and go. It will be like a pipeline effect. New people are coming, and then old people are leaving. New people are coming, old people. Any given point of time, we'll see a temple filled with 20 devotees. But every year, this 20 devotees are different devotees, because new people are coming and old people are leaving. Because old people are feeling
Not
uncared for. Also, imagine we don't take care of dog devotees and we don't train them. And if the devotees stay in Krishna Lila and they are not trained, instead of service, they may end up doing a lot of service also. And they may end up fighting, quarreling, and then they may travel with vehicles also. So if devotees are not taken care, they're not trained, they're not happy, then it may not create a lot of benefits in that. So mm, we should make sure that as number of devotees are increasing, quality of devotees also increases, so that devotees are happy and reaching this thing. Another aspect happens is that sometimes if we don't consciously think of um, devotees, sometimes we so happen that those are sincere devotees, they get very much stretch and stay. There are services, and not everybody is volunteers. Some people who are really sincere, they may volunteer and they may end up getting stretched, and later on they end up getting stressed. And when they get stressed, how long they can tolerate the stress? Day after day, week after week, month after month, after years, sometimes even sincere devotees may leave. And when sincere devotees leave, there is a great loss. So therefore, later on we may regret and lament, hey, such a wonderful devotee left ours. Maybe he may not leave Krishna, he may leave our association and he may go somewhere else. So it's very important that we prioritize and focus. Take care of it. It's and such a way that devotee is still welcome, devotee is still cared for. Such a way that seeing devotees happy, even other people are inspired to be part of the community. One time, I was hearing one devotee saying he was going to one temple for 20 years, year after year. And he saw that one new person used to always come on Sundays. He never became part of community. So so the devotee asked, hey, you're come so many years, why don't you become part of community? He said, Prabhu, I see here for new people, these people treat very nicely. So they were nice, nice appreciation and everything they treat them. But I see among themselves they treat very badly. So I'm very afraid to become one of them because they will treat me very badly. But as far as guest is concerned, they are very good in taking care of this. So I want to just remain a guest. He said, actually, I've been chanting system for many years, but I don't tell. I just tell that I'm chanting one round. So, chanting one round, they give a lot of love and affection. Second round, they take it for granted and then they engage in so many services and they don't properly deal. So, yes, take care of the people, we should be grace friendly. Sure. But the way we take care of the people, 100 times more we should take care of devotees who are committed and dedicated. So people should think, oh, as a guest, I'm being cared like this. And as when one becomes more committed in Krishna service, he should feel more cared for and happy. And we see that is the formula of Krishna also. Krishna takes care of you people also. But Krishna takes care of committed devotees even more. And on behalf of Krishna, as servants of Krishna, representatives of Krishna, we should also take care of this. More they commit, more we should also be concerned for their welfare. Sometimes as nature, devotee may not be concerned of themselves, and they just concerned of giving themselves to others. But other devotees should be concerned. They too much sacrifice, it's too much doing. So he needs little he should be taken care of. So devotees may not be interested in taking care of oneself, but other devotees should worry that we should take care of this. That's such a big thing. So GBC body had made up a devotee care committee, and devotee care committee had come up with devotee care course. So that devotee care course explains what you mean by care. So you can care two aspects of care. Care as a Vaishnava quality. Care. And the care as a conduct and system taking care. So we see Srila Prabhupada personally was having that great virtue of devotee care. He himself was a very caring personality, a very loving personality. You see, Prabhupada personally cooked for devotees, he personally trained devotees, he personally got devotees married. Personally, Prabhupada was concerned on health of devotees. One time, Prabhupada was, there was Guru Puja, and devotees were doing Guru Puja for Prabhupada. And one devotee came and he was offering flower to Prabhupada and he was limping. And then immediately Prabhupada asked, what happened? Mm. And then he explained, and then Prabhupada immediately, because Prabhupada had also knowledge about medicines and all this thing. He had a pharmacy, immediately prescribed, he said, you take this medicine and all these things. So here is Guru Puja, everybody is worshipping Prabhupada, but Prabhupada is concerned about this limping devotee. So Prabhupada was naturally actually very caring person. And when the movement became big, Prabhupada requested senior devotees to help him. You see, so many letters he has written to his disciples. Oh, please take care of junior devotees. And when junior devotees will write letters to Prabhupada, Prabhupada will direct, oh, please take guidance from senior devotees. Because that is very system. Each one teach one by start. Right? Senior devotees may be taken care by Guru, but the junior devotees may be taken care by senior devotees. So in this way, everybody is taken care of. And especially this path, Krishna Consciousness is very challenging path to immaterial world because the atmosphere is not conducive. Practicing Krishna consciousness is like swimming against the current. So it took a lot of efforts. So devotee needs some encouragement, some inspiration. And so you have to provide that encouragement inspiration on personal level, individual level. And yesterday, Mukta was there saying that we have to be very considerate because every situation, devotee situation is different. Every individual is coming from different background. They are struggling with different challenges. They are trying to become devotee. So we have to be considerate of the again. We have to care as per time, place, and situation and personality. No, it's not some generic. So when devotees are personally cared for, then actually they desire to commit, they desire to surrender will increase more and more. But if they don't feel cared for, unhappy, then the desire to surrender will decrease. And they think, oh, I have too much surrender now, let me not surrender so much, let me take care of myself now. Their commitments will also reduce. So, I was reading Ratna Maharaj, this booklet on devotee care. So he says there, the foundational priority of our leadership is to create a community in which every possible need of a devotee is considered and tended. We should try to give each individual an experience of genuine protection and inspiration. The aim is to ensure as far as possible that devotee remains happy, enthusiastic, and grateful to serve Sri Prabhupada mission through every phase of life until their physical departure. All of our policies and decisions should be built upon this foundation. Perhaps more than anything else we do, What will transform people's heart is to give them an experience of a caring community of sincere souls who are united through life's joys and struggles by the philosophy and practice of pure bhakti. So bhakti is eternal. Bhakti is for life, life after life. So it's not that people come and then they leave. Once they come, we have to encourage and inspire them that in all phases of life, as students, they should practice Krishna. When they get job, they should practice Krishna. When they get married, they should continue practicing Krishna. When they have children, they should continue practicing Krishna. When their children become grown up, they should continue practicing Krishna. When they become elderly, they should practice Krishna consciousness. When they become anaprasthas or when they retire, they should continue practicing and till the last breath. So responsibility of leaders and communities to take care of each other is actually that till last breath, they want to practice Krishna consciousness. So it may be challenging, but it is possible. Whatever you make priority, it happens. So it's just a question of making a priority. Nothing is impossible by Master Guru and Krishna. So, but if you don't make priority, if you neglect and take devotees for granted, then it may be difficult. So, if you make this priority, then devotees will be inspired. They work with the environment, will be more opposite. Sometimes we see in some devotees don't volunteer to take up responsibilities because people know that if I volunteer, uh, later on nobody will appreciate me also, or nobody will take care of me also, and then later on I have to worry about myself also, worry about so many things also. And instead of appreciating this criticizing me only and whatever. So then people are not encouraged, inspired. But if they are properly taken care of, then naturally devotional service is that one wants to serve more and more, one wants to surrender more and more. So in devotee care course, they talk about 6 principles of devotee care. So first principle is that whatever we are doing devotee care should be in line with Shiva Prabhupada's teachings and proper example. So sometimes how to take care, we may name of caring, we may actually go away from cosmos. How to take care, we can learn from scriptures, we can learn from Prabhupada teachings, we can learn from Bhagavata, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrita, and we can also especially learn from Prabhupada example. Devotee care is based on principle of Vaishnava Seva. It's a very core Gaudiya Vaishnava principle. And which Chaitanya and all our acharyas establish. Devotee care includes loving relationships and affectionate relationship rooted in family culture, extended within broader communities and exemplified by. So, loving affectionate relationships. And another principle of devotee care is attentive listening. So, hearing devotees, understanding them is very, very important. Unless we hear them, understand them, we want to know what they actually need. Another principle of devotee care is positive sense of belongingness. One should take care of devotees such that they feel happy to identify themselves with community or temple. They feel proud of and is contributing. Positive sense of belonging. And devotee care also another principle is spirited leadership. The leaders, they are protective, they are empowering and proactive. So, so not only motivated, they are should be empowering and right training, educating, all these things. And the 12 areas one can take care of devotees. One is spiritual life, sadhana, sangha, whether they have doubts, questions, helping them with them, helping them to follow for ethical principles, helping them to develop trust, faith in Krishna, in Prabhupada, in process. That's all spiritual. Then physical healthcare, diet, sadhana, exercise, sleep. Sometimes when people are sick, sometimes they have their mental or emotional healthcare. That is, and nowadays this is also very, very important because especially in this age, there are a lot of mental challenges, anxiety, stress, depression, sometimes inferiority complex, all these things are there. Then marriage, mm, about marriage counseling, about proper training them, proper rest the life. Nowadays, this has become very important because earlier there would be societal culture was such that when people would get married, that marriage is for life. But now to just maintain married life is very challenging because divorce is become so common. So there is need of training and guidance so that you this can have happy marriage life. So earlier there used to be joint families. Now just husband wife stay together. Sometimes then it becomes challenging. Must have military norms. Particular community. Also children care, caring for children, uh, educating children, all these things. Then career and employment. Uh, this is another big challenge in modern times. Sometimes good chant becomes insensitive, but then they face challenges with this, and because of that they are not able to continue. Sometimes financial challenges, sometimes housing challenges, sometimes travel and immigration challenges, um, all these things. Sometimes legal challenges, sometimes conflicts, and all these things. So these are all part of this thing. And gradually, we should create system by which one can take care of all these different aspects so that people can focus their attention in Krishna consciousness. Similarly, there are different categories of people who need care, and different categories need different type of care, like women care, care for children, care for elderly. Caring for elderly is different from caring for children or caring for women. Then brahmachari care, caring for brahmachari is little different from caring for brothers. So brahmachari is care, brothers care, vanaprasthas care, sannyasis care, leaders care. Leaders need special care. They are always taking anxiety, so many things, and there is need somebody cares for them also. And sometimes care for senior leaders, senior devotees, proper disciples. So there are different categories of devotees who need to care for, and there are different types of care uh, people need. So, and sometimes it requires expertise. Definitely it requires service attitude, but just having intention to serve is not sufficient. One need to be qualified also to serve. So, when we say one should take care of devotees means three things. Training devotees to responsibly take care of their basic needs. We have to train devotees that they need to take care of their basic needs, not consider that material. For example, student, you need to train them that your studies is also spiritual. Otherwise, they will be neglected. For brothers, you have to train them that you have to take care of their wife and children responsibly. That is also service to Krishna. So train devotee, you have to train devotee that yes, you have to take care of your health also. So So we have to train devotees to responsibly take care of their basics. Not think that okay, Krishna will take care. Yes, Krishna will take care, but we have to also be responsible. Second, training devotees to seek appropriate help when needed. Sometimes we may not be able to take care of ourselves all the time. Certain things we can take care, but there's life is so challenging that certain things are beyond us. So one should be ready to seek help of qualified persons. As we said, there are different needs required. So we need to appropriately seek help of person who is qualified. So if you have devotees in different fields, somebody is expert in healthcare, can consult help. Somebody is expert in SAP, yeah, this is with SAP, can seek guidance from them. Somebody has legal issues, then somebody who has legal background, he can consult it. No? So different help are needed at different times in life. So if you have devotees who are expert in different fields, they can extend their help. And we can encourage devotees to seek appropriate help when needed. And when people feel that all their needs are taken care in the community itself, then they don't need to go outside and assist materialistic people. Mm. So, and most important, so so three aspects of it. Training devotees to respond to take care of their needs. Second, training devotees to seek appropriate help when needed. And third, training devotees to extend that care to others. Mm. Whatever we receive, we should also share with others. So in that way, everybody can receive care. Devotee care is not one man job. It is a teamwork. And it's a attitude, mood of caring. So each one, everyone in the community feels that every other person was very important. And serving them is a big privilege. So, and anybody serves and anybody engages in service to Krishna, he will be duly blessed by Krishna. One time, Prabhupada saw this Loknath Maharaj had gone for Padayatra, and after long Padayatra he had come. When Prabhupada met Loknath Maharaj, and then Loknath Maharaj introduced devotees who had Padayatra, and he also introduced the bulls. They walk and they were carrying, Govinda for so many long distance. Prabhupada said, these bulls will also go back to God. Because they are also assisting in the Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya. So anybody who serves actually blessed. And anybody who serves, he is very valuable. He need to take care. Like bull also need to be taken care. He also need to be sure that he's getting rest. He's getting some this prasad, whatever. So every devotee is actually valuable. And everyone is actually appreciated by Krishna. So we as devotees also should, on behalf of Krishna, appreciate devotees. Okay. So how many devotees we have? 1, 2, 3. Trying to make some quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Okay, we can have 3 groups. Okay. One group about Grasta care. Okay. So 4, 5 devotees can make a group and talk about Grasta care. Okay. One group about Brahmacharya care. Caring for and we can do youth care, Brahmacharya care, Grasta care. Okay. New devotees. New devotees anyway. If existing devotees are cared for, they will take care of people. Okay, you can do these three groups, okay? Brahmachari care, youth care, and grahastha care. Okay, so devotees can join one of the groups. Okay, some would like to be brahmachari, vanapasta, sannyasi care. Okay, those are staying temple residents. Grahastha care. Some devotees would like to volunteer for grahastha care. Youth care one volunteer. So okay, we just go around ask which you would like.
Youth care.
Okay, youth care. Okay. Okay. Huh? Hare Om. Okay. Huh?
Grahastha care.
So, Prabhuji, mostly one the brahmachari care, brahmachari, vanapasta, sannyasi, residence care, huh? Or grahastha care, or youth care, which you would like to give your valuable advice and guidance in? Huh?
Old people. Old people.
Yeah, old, yes, residents. Yeah. Brahmachari. Yes, Prabhu. Huh? You want to take a question? Then you come.
I mean, Grastas, speaking about Grastas,
Huh?
there should be some other group
Yes,
who should speak about.
No.
Non-grahastha.
How to take care of our devotees? So I wanted you to give some presentation.
Then youth care.
Huh?
Youth care.
And then you be here. Youth care. Okay. Some youth care. Youth care. Yes. Okay, youth care.
Youth.
Brahmachari care. Okay. With our Mukti Mandir. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Youth.
All three.
You be the okay.
All youth.
And Methodist can join Grahastha. Okay. So you will be
Grahastha.
Grahastha care, youth care, brahmachari care, Grahastha care. Okay. So all Grahasthas can be there. Yeah.
Oh, you can also join this.
Oh, that group only. That group.
Temple residence care. Okay.
You can.
And temple residence. Okay. No. Brahmacharis, one person sannyasis care. Okay. Mataji, you can join Grahastha care. Okay. And you can sit in circle. Okay. Sit in circle and discuss various ways how we can care for devotees in our community. Only some practical things. Okay. Yes. Sit in circle and sit in circle there. And you can visit. Stop it. What?
No, who is online?